My son was caught cheating on his calculus final. His response made the strictest teacher in school laugh for the first time in 30 years. When my phone lit up with the school's number during my lunch break, I knew something was wrong. My son Ethan, a brilliant but perpetually disorganized high school senior, had never triggered a call from the administration before. Mrs. Garcia, this is Principal Winters. We need you to come in regarding an incident with Ethan during his calculus exam. My stomach dropped. With college acceptance letters already arriving, a cheating scandal could ruin everything. When I arrived at the school, I found Ethan sitting outside the principal's office, looking surprisingly unconcerned. Miss Howard, his calculus teacher, Bart, infamous for never smiling and failing half her class each year, Bart stood nearby with an unreadable expression. Show your mother, Miss Howard instructed. Ethan rolled up his sleeve to reveal a forearm covered in tiny handwritten formulas, constants, and equations. Ethan, what were you thinking? I gasped. Principal Winters cleared his throat. When Miss Howard caught him, she asked if he was cheating. Miss Howard interjected, her voice stern but with something else beneath it. And your son looked me directly in the eyes and said, cheating, I prefer to call it accessing my offline storage. My face burned with embarrassment. Ethan had always used humor as a defense mechanism, but this was taking it too far. Then, continued Principal Winters, Miss Howard decided to test him. She asked him to calculate the derivative of a complex function on the spot. Miss Howard's lips twitched slightly. I asked him for the derivative of line seeing sig 0. He looked at his arm, paused dramatically, and said, still buffering. To my shock, a sound I'd never heard before emerged from Miss Howard. Purred a laugh. Not just a chuckle, but a full, genuine laugh that seemed to surprise even her. In 30 years of teaching, she said, composing herself, I've caught 17 students with formulas on their arms, 12 with answers on water bottle labels, and one memorable case involving a calculator hidden in a hollowed-out textbook, but I've never had a student make me laugh while being caught. Ethan still received a 0 on the exam and a week of detention. But Miss Howard also did something unprecedented. She offered him a chance to take an alternative oral exam to prove his knowledge. Smart doesn't always mean making smart choices, she told him. But I respect students who can own their mistakes with humor. That evening, I watched Ethan studying harder than I'd ever seen him study before, I said. You are lucky Miss Howard has a sense of humor. I am not, he replied without looking up from his textbook. I just needed to update my storage method. Next time I'll use the cloud. Sometimes life's most important learning happens after you've been caught.